Hey, welcome. This is Craig Booth, Booth Global Sports. Welcomes you to our very first podcast. Yes, our very first podcast to tell you a little bit about the company, a little bit about myself, about why I'm excited, why I finally have the opportunity to take all the experience, all the sort of know-how, the knowledge, the wisdom, manifest it to you guys and bring you a full-service company that actually is doing some really good and exciting things. And the calendar we have in the upcoming year is exciting. It's off the chart busy, but we're going to reach our goals and we're going to provide all of this to you, the community, the sports community, as we build out the brand Booth Global Sports, as we build out our services, as we build out all the opportunities that we're going to provide for you, that's going to benefit you, that's going to help you. So I want you to understand that the Booth Global Sports brand is about benefiting mutually you and us. It's a win-win situation. We get to do what we love to do. You get to benefit from the data, from the activities, from the solutions that we provide that will basically put you in a great position to leverage everything that's coming out of this Booth Global Sports brand and company. So, welcome to the podcast. This is our very first one. We're going to get better at it. We're going to get some music going on. We're going to get some nice intro. We're going to get all the things that we need to do to kind of, spark it up and enlighten. But today is an important day because we really want you to know what's going on in the company, who Booth Global Sports is, who's behind the scenes, driving the engine, getting it going. In the last 2 weeks, we've put out promo videos about camps, promo videos about analytics, promo videos about our business. And, it's better to sometimes just hear a person's voice so you can say, okay, I see the promo videos. They look nice, good music, they popping. But, what's really, really going on at the company? Why should I be interested in Booth Global Sports? Why does this have to resonate with me? Why do you want it to resonate with me? And how can it resonate with you? So I'm excited, as you can see, that by my energy, that it's all good and off the chain. So let's talk about a few things so you can get a better understanding. We don't want to long draw this out. We want to be specific and to the point so you can understand. So let me just say this. Let's start with the word 30. 30 years experience in the sports business. And that is a collective 30. So within 30 years, there was a number of things that I've been privileged to do. And then other people that are in the company working with me have gotten 15, 20 years experience in doing things as well. But I'm going to specifically talk about the things that I've been able to do, which provides me the best opportunity to put me in the best position to be able to provide what I'm doing through Booth Global Sports. So let's start off with as a player. I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. I played basketball in the PSAL, Brooklyn, New York. Went on to play junior college ball, then eventually four-year college ball, Division II level. Was a pretty successful basketball player. Did pretty well, won some honors. Teams were very successful. Won a lot of games. And so coming home, I thought, I was going to be able to take this basketball to another level and wind up going pro amateur ball, which is what most of us do that want to still compete at high levels. And started playing against pros and ex-Division I players and other college players and then street legends all together. Take that experience and then started learning how to run tournaments back in Brooklyn, New York. Started learning how to become a referee at the age of 24 so I could rep the tournaments that I created. And then from there, I went ahead and started really understanding coaching. So I started coaching my own teams. So man, by the time I was 25, I was coaching Pro-Am, playing Pro-Am, refereeing Pro-Am, and also going to work every day on Wall Street, learning about money and finance and derivatives and things of that nature. So, we fast forward to 30 years in New York City, growing, born, raised, and bred there. Then moving to the Washington, D.C. area, right outside of Northern Virginia, and was able to then create, some businesses and started getting into entrepreneurial aspects of running sports businesses. So I opened up a company called the Booth Group, which was a sports management company, worked with professional athletes, worked as a consultant with Nike and the NBA, and did some things like such as Hoop It Up and Reebok 101, also working with Reebok. Very, very exciting stuff, and gave me an opportunity to be exposed to grassroots marketing, gave me an opportunity to be exposed to grassroots events, being able to work with large events, large numbers of people, large activities, diverse, multi-dimensional, great opportunity. Then later in the early 2000s, I was fortunate and blessed to open up a gym as well as open up a sports complex. So, God blessed me with the opportunity of a lifetime, big project, big gym, a lot of courts, a lot of fields, a lot of activities. Oh, it was exciting. The most challenging thing I've ever experienced. But those challenges, those ups and downs, is really put me in a position to say I had hands-on experience. I got my feet dirty and my hands dirty in doing those type of things. So that information as a consultant can be provided back to you. Let alone spending a lot of time as an executive at some of the largest finance companies in the world in between my entrepreneurial aspects, entrepreneurial pursuits, and then ultimately launching Booth Global in 2010, and also launched a nonprofit called the Hoop Booth, which is a nonprofit AAU program where I continue to coach, but also help students get along through a college-bound activity. Saying all that, that's Craig Booth, and Craig Booth has dipped his hands and his feet into so many different things, and I dove in. I went into the water. I didn't just touch the water. I went in. I went in the sports facility management business. I went in the sports consulting business. I went in as a player. I went in as a coach. So all of those things, and a referee. Went in as a referee, 25 years as a referee, college, high school program. So I tell you all these things because that makes Booth Global credible, that makes Booth Global Sports very dynamic, and that gives Booth Global Sports an opportunity to spread its wings and be diverse and touch you and your lives, the sports community, in many different ways. Pretty cool stuff. Now, what's going on at the company? Why am I so excited? Why that you guys should see what's going to happen? So, for example, if you are an amateur athlete, if you're a high school athlete, junior high school athlete, especially a high school athlete, you're going to get an opportunity to take advantage of BGS Analytics. The BGS Analytics is a scouting service. That scouting service will provide opportunities for college coaches to subscribe and get valuable data on players from Richmond to Baltimore, which we consider the DMV. Those players were some of the most talented divisions, most talented players, such as Kevin Durant and others derived from, will be able to get an opportunity to be evaluated and assessed in a data analytical way. So there'll be some traditional scouting and there'll be some technological data analytical scouting. We'll get more into the weeds of what that is later on in future podcasts. But at the end of the day, what it does is it provides not only the elite athlete, but D2s, D3s, all types of athletes from every team, public and private, will be assessed and evaluated over a period of time, which will then be formidable data that can be used to make great coaching decisions and better coaching decisions as far as it relates to recruitment by the college coaches. So pretty cool stuff. You can't beat that. So with all that said, we're going to continue to provide opportunity for people to get smarter, to get better, to get a chance to understand more about what the players are doing and assess them and provide qualitative and quantitative data about these athletes. More to come on that. Very exciting stuff. If you're also an amateur athlete and you want to improve your skill set, we got developmental camps, we got point guard camps, shooting camp, we got Are You Ready camp, we got level up camps that'll be hosted year round. So you don't have to wait for a specific period. These camps will be year round and will provide analytical analysis to what we see in the camps that will also be sent to our subscribers through our BGS Analytics reporting, which is the Mid-Atlantic report. More to come on that too. If you are a college player and you are about to graduate, you're about to hang up your shoes and finish playing sports, we have a Go pro career camp. We've done this camp successfully at colleges, the D1 schools especially, but we could do them at all colleges because at some point your career is going to be over. At some point, you're going to have to hang it up. And once you do, what are you going to do next? So what we're trying to do is bring our professional corporate selves and bring professionals into a room. Let them interview you. Let them see how you shake their hand. Let them see how you dress. Let them see how your resume is situated. Let them see you answer very tough interview questions and then give you on-demand critique right then and there. Critique on how well you did in your interview. And then we submit it as a group through a lecture and an open forum to talk about interviewing. And we show you images of how you look. We film you coming into the room, etc. And then we have a networking event at the end so we could have you talk one-on-one with some of the professionals that we invited. Sweet and exciting stuff. What better way to get prepared before you transition into the professional world? So we do that, and it's a great camp. So that's for college athletes. And then we have other things for professional people, whether you are a coach at a university or whether you are a executive, director, manager, supervisor at a company. We have these one day camps for leadership, and we show the parallels of sports coaching to leadership and to show how they can do better in team building, how you can build a better team, how you can coach diverse groups of people. All those things will benefit you. So it's both analytics, BGS analytics, BGS camps, BGS consulting is for everybody. It's not just for one subset of people. We focus on the whole gamut of sports interested people, which is really, really cool. And that's where the excitement comes from. That's where we're like, we're ready to touch everybody in every single way. I mean, you have to understand that sports has been my blood. This has been my calling since I was 7 years old. And, it finally took a whole bunch of different experiences, twists and turns, ups and downs, to understand how valuable sports has been to my life and how valuable it could be to your life and how I can help you and the company can help you enhance your sports experience, leverage your sports experience, and really take full advantage of everything that you may or may not want to do in sports, because sports could lead you to other things. It could also be the tool to happiness. It could be the tool to prosperity. So that's where, I'm looking at it from my company's perspective, that we're going to add so much value to what's going on. So the podcast is created because, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to other people. I want to bring in perspective. I want to bring in food for thought. I want to bring in things that's going to resonate in your brain, in your soul about sports, so that you could understand Booth Global Sports and how we're looking at the world and how the world is looking at us and how the world's looking at each other. I want to bring that perspective. No, we're not going to bring you ESPN first take type stuff. We're not going to argue who's the best player, who's the top player, is LeBron better than Jordan, vice versa. We don't have time for that. We're talking about things that's going to directly impact your career, impact you as an athlete, impact you as a professional, impact you as a person who is involved in the sports business. So that's what we're going to talk about on this podcast. There are going to be plenty of infomercials, plenty of videos, plenty of updates to the website. Please stay tuned. Check us out. Every Tuesday, we will have our podcast. And guess what? Updates all day long on the website, www.boothglobalsportsllc.com. Email us, info@boothglobalsportsllc.com. I'm Craig Booth. I am the CEO, owner, and founder of Booth Global Sports. I look forward to talking to you. I look forward to talking to others who will be guests on this podcast. And I look forward to just having a tremendous ride. So enjoy. Welcome. Episode 1 is in the books. From here forth, we're going to improve. We're going to have different backgrounds, different places, but enjoy the podcast. This is Craig Booth.